Everybody, straight up 12 o'clock noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock in the East. I am Mr. Logo, I just realized today. How about that? Hope your day is going well. Hope you are off to a great start here on Labor Day weekend in the United States. I know we got folks that watch from all over the world who may not know that this is a holiday weekend here in the United States. It's what we call Labor Day. And ironically, we celebrate Labor Day and the labors of people in our nation by not laboring at all. So it's a holiday weekend here in the States. I'm really glad that you're here and that you're watching on Daily Distinction today. If you watch, and I know a lot of the folks that watch on the weekends might be new or they might be watching on replay. So on the weekends, we just kind of do a short check-in, just seeing how you're doing. Matter of fact, that's what we'll do on Monday as well, today, tomorrow, and Monday. But as Pam says, it is also Kentucky Derby Day. I grew up about 30 miles north of Louisville, so this is always a big day. I was writing my friend Wayne Perky. Anybody from the Louisville area will know Wayne Perky. He's the longtime morning radio host at WHAS Radio, was a host of the Crusade for Children and so many things. And I had the privilege of working with Wayne and had the privilege of knowing Wayne. And I was writing Wayne today. We were writing about this is really the day that I miss being on the air and being a broadcaster in Louisville, because to do everything around the Derby, and I mean, with the parties and everything going on, it was always the most fun. So, hey, Scott, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Thank you for being a part of it. Curtis, where are you today? Mesa, Arizona. It is 104 right now in Vegas, and I know it's hotter than that in Mesa. So I hope you're staying cool. You're recycling today, huh? Is that there? There you go. All right, love it. Glad that you're here. Thanks for being a part of this. And we've got a kind of an important topic today. My great friend, Phil Jones. Man, I can't tell you how much I admire and respect Phil Jones. He has written the book, Exactly What to Say, Exactly How to Sell. So many fantastic things. I'm going to be talking with him on a show that he does a little bit later on this coming week. But Phil has this great question that he talks about during sales, and that is, would you be open-minded? Right before you present something of importance, he says, would you be open-minded? And the reason that that's a great question to ask is because everybody wants to be open-minded. I mean, what's the alternative? I mean, everybody wants to be open-minded. And so saying to a customer or a prospect, would you be open-minded about, elicits a positive response in most cases, because we all want to be perceived as being open-minded. So let's think about that for just a second. But I want to take a second to say hi to Darcy in suburban Indianapolis. Great to see you, Darcy. Sweltering Silicon Valley. I bet it is warm there today for you guys. Robert is in Daytona Beach. Holy cow, that sounds what a great place to be for Labor Day weekend. Yes, you bet. Absolutely, Charles. And you have the book, Exactly What to Say. That's one of my favorite books, and Phil and I are such great friends. And I miss. He's in the UK right now with all the travel restrictions. We haven't been able to get together, but he's fantastic. And this is kind of based on what he's talking about, is that we all want to be open-minded. Right? Nobody wants, when you say to someone, would you be open-minded about, very few of us say, no, I'm closed-minded. Don't even talk to me about that. I'm closed-minded. I am going to suggest to you that there are probably a few situations where being closed-minded is correct. Right? I mean, would you be open-minded about having an affair on your spouse? No, I don't want to be open-minded about that, right? I'm closed-minded about that. Ain't gonna happen. Would you be open-minded? I mean, there are some aspects, let's admit, we're not trying to be Pollyanna or rose-colored glasses. There are some aspects of being closed-minded is exactly the right response for you to have. Yeah, don't be so open-minded that your brain matter spills out. You're right. You're right, Charles. We don't want to be that open-minded. I mean, there is an aspect where we need to be closed-minded. We need to be closed-minded in terms of a challenge to our values, a challenge to our held beliefs, those kinds of things. Even though we might want to be questioning them and examining them, we still, it's a good idea not to totally be open-minded about everything that's out there. Here's the essential problem. Here's the essential problem that we have to confront. We want others to be open-minded when we bring them an offer or suggestion. I want you to be open-minded, for example, about attending the Distinction Summit. I want you to be open-minded about the offers that I have and that I bring. That's naturally a part of this. We want people to be open-minded about what we bring to them. Here's the problem. Often that more than we display our open-mindedness towards theirs. In other words, if you bring me something and say, would you be open-minded about, I'm not always as open-minded as I want you to be when I bring you something. And I just want to suggest, just your thought for the day, so to speak, is that we need to be as open-minded to others as we'd like them to be about our ideas and our suggestions and the concepts that we bring. You know, being open-minded is what allows us to expand our thinking. Being open-minded allows us to experience some great things. I have been so covered up lately, and maybe, possibly you've been as well. I mean, with the Distinction Summit coming up and with everything coming up, and my buddy Mark Sanborn said, "Hey, I've got a book I want you to read." And I'm like, "Mark, I am so overwhelmed right now." A fiction book. Well, Mark recommended this book called I Am Pilgrim, and I'm about a quarter of the way into it. And it's a thriller, it's a novel, but I am so glad I read it because it gives me. I'm so wrapped up in this book that I think it's made me more productive outside of it. Because the book is so good, I don't spend all my time focusing on these other things I need to do. And I think that break makes me more productive. Had I not been open-minded to Mark's suggestion about you really need to read this book, not only would I have missed out on a great book, I would have missed out on being more productive because I think mentally we need those breaks from time to time. It really taught me a lesson that being open-minded is good both directions, right? I mean, that's the essence. Yeah, would suggested approaching them as an open-minded individual is a good start. Yeah, being a spokesman for a porn company would probably not be something I would be open-minded about. Yeah, you bet. I totally get that. Being open-minded for new learning or training. Yeah, Bruce, thank you for making that point. I hadn't thought of that. Yesterday, in case you missed Daily Distinction yesterday, we were talking about when you have a new hire, you bring someone on your team, whether it's a virtual assistant, it's a part-time employee, whatever, how do you bring them on your team? And gosh, we got so many comments on that, Bruce. I've gotten several private emails on it as well. So if you haven't seen that, I'd like for you to take a look at that. But being open-minded about new learning or new training when you join the team is absolutely critical. So thanks for that. So the message for today is being as open-minded to others as you would like them to be for you. Hey, I've got one final thought, and I'll share that in just a second. As you know, on the weekends, it's just kind of a quick check-in. But I have to remind you about you can enroll now for the Stand Out, Earn More program. It's called the Distinction Summit. When you stand out, you earn more. You earn more respect. You earn more profit. You earn more customers. You earn better employees. That's what happens when you stand out from your competition. If customers don't see a difference between you and the competition, why would they invest with you? Why would they buy from you? Why would they spend their time with you? And that's what we're going to address at the Distinction Summit. Most of us know what to do. What we haven't learned is how to take what we do and make it stand out in a hyper-competitive marketplace so that we attract more business. That's what the Distinction Summit is all about. You can register for it at distinctionsummit.com. But the important message here is that there's $100 off your registration fee through midnight Pacific time Labor Day. That means you need to do it now. And man, I'd love to have you there because we've got so many great things coming, so many terrific outside speakers that are going to invest their time and effort. That's it, Ann. Stand out and earn more. It's 82 and Indy with a great. Oh, that is so great. Hey, Jeff, great to see you. Colleen, always great to see you here. You fell asleep listening to that last night. And by the way, it's not that it put you to sleep, I'm guessing. It's that as you listen, I mean, Tammy and I do that at night. We turn on our Alexa and listen to things as we're going off. And it's funny how you wake up thinking about it and how that's such a great thing. So, slogan for a crematory: earn more. There's Glenn, my partner in crime on the Ken and Glenn show with a guy named Scott. So that's just part of the humor that you are going to experience tomorrow night on the Ken and Glenn show. Hey, Jeff, thanks. And we got some big plans for that thing coming up this weekend. Absolutely. So be open-minded. And I'd love to have you attend the Distinction Summit. Sign up for it. Get all the information about it, distinctionsummit.com. We got a bunch of big information coming about it this coming week. So would you be open-minded, as my great friend Phil Jones says, is not only a great question to ask, but it's a great question to ask ourselves. Are you being open-minded enough? That's a question I'm asking myself. Am I being open-minded enough to new ideas, new concepts, alternative approaches? Because through that's how we can grow and develop and expand as a person. Hey, before we get out of here, let's catch up on this. Listening as you sleep. Yes, it shifts your brain from the short term to the long term. I'm a believer in that. I absolutely agree 100% with that. Oh gosh, are you kidding me, Charles? That is, oh man. Hey, kid, good to see you, pal. Yes, I would agree. I would agree. Hey, thanks, Glenn. I appreciate that, my friend. You are the best. Thanks, Robert. Hey, thanks, everybody, for checking in. I hope you will be open-minded about great things that could be in your future, whatever they may be. I'll check in with you tomorrow on the next edition of Daily Distinction. And, of course, Ken and Glenn and I will see you tomorrow night for the Ken and Glenn Show with a guy named Scott. I look forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode of Daily Distinction.